talk about marketing. Marketing is almost an entirely different world than a lot of other parts of management. It's much more intense. You're focusing in on the customer in different formats. You'll have face-to-face sales. You'll have people coming in. You'll have people online, people on different forms of social media. It's pretty intense in the aspect of here you're putting your best foot forward continually. It's an activity, all kinds of different process for creating, communicating, delivering, exchanging offerings. You're trying to sit down and take your ultimate service or your ultimate product and present it in such a way that somebody wants to have it. So that being said, marketing, a lot of times you always have to have a website. Excuse me, all the time you have to have a website nowadays. Now, once in a while, it used to be back before the 20s, before the pandemic. Now everybody needs to have a website. Having blogs and social networking sites that cultivates a lot of long-term customer relationships. We have a whole series of different marketing eras, and I want to touch base on them because you really have to know where marketing has come from and how it's evolved over the years. Because sometimes, every once in a while, you have a really positive throwback to a previous era with some good tricks you have in there to sit down there and reconnect with customers that you might lose out now. That being said, we start out with really the production area. Produce as much as you can because there's a limitless market for it. Once upon a time, that was true. And then we went from that into what we call the selling era. Here you have over here Henry Ford on the Model T. And to me, if you look historically, Henry Ford was not a great, charming person. As a matter of fact, he was pretty nasty in some of the things that he did. But here's a simple reality was he paid his workers enough, probably more about market conditions and the union aspect of it. But the reality was he created an assembly line that really put the aspect of automotives into the hands of every single American in the middle class, and it really helped elevate a thing called the middle class. It's kind of interesting to watch now. We're seeing other countries in the world moving from really an agrarian society into a manufacturing model. And that being said, they're creating the middle class and coping with all the different stress and strains of their society in the process as well. Henry Ford, this is actually a quote, any customer can have a car painted any color that he wants, so long as it's black. Okay. And they did crank out by the tens of thousands of black cars out, and occasionally have somebody would actually repaint it after they received it, but they were cranked out off that assembly line as black, and they proceeded with that. And really, that's the pretty much the epitome of that whole era. In the selling era, you have that it was on selling the product itself with little service afterwards. Look at this, it's absolutely fabulous. And you had all kinds of pictures. Now you're going from just this is what we got and you can buy it, or this is a matter of look at this is really nice, you can buy it. And that's it too. And then we started getting into the whole marketing concept, the aspect of the three-part business philosophy: a customer orientation, a service orientation, a profit orientation, get them to keep on coming back. This really happened after World War II. Literally, after World War II, you had some factories shutting down totally and then reopening 2 years later. They were going from tanks into making cars, or tanks into making washing machines, dishwashers, all kinds of different aspects of what made the world different. And we had from this aspect over here, from the total war economy into a total marketing economy, equipped with all kinds of different aspects of it. Out of that, we developed a thing called the CRM. We still use CRMs today as a customer relationship management. The very first time I came across this was, of all things, in working for a college foundation. The director was really cutting edge. And so literally he would collect information on all the people that would donate money. He would get their birthdays, their anniversaries, anything significant to them, and he would make 6 different contacts every single year with every potential donor. And by the way, he was brilliant, he was fabulous, and he was the utmost charming. He was spectacular at separating people from their money into the college foundation. Good job, made us look really good as a college. So the CRM really is learning as much as possibly can about a customer. If they're going to buy a car on every 2 or 3 years, you need to send them a birthday card every single year, an anniversary card, or just, hey, we got the special deal over here. Why don't you come by over here? And we got some champagne, we got this, and you sit down and have that multiple contacts. If you have that going for you, you too can go from selling 12 cars a month to 20 to 40 cars a month and make massive commissions is called a customer relationship management. And it's a pretty common tool that we have. Now we are in this entirely different world. It really happened about 2008 to 2011 when we had a recession going on, this emerging mobile on-demand marketing era. It really got named about 4 years ago. What happens when you're in the midst of it, you have all the different activity happening, and we'll probably move on to a different era in the next 5 years. But for right now, the customers want to interact anywhere, anytime. You pull out your cell phone and boom, you're right there. We like buying stuff online, and by golly, we want to have it at our front doorstep when we get home. I mean, shoot, it's at least an hour before you get home. Can't you have it there by then? That's kind of our way nowadays. So when they want to use information in new ways, they want to have value for them. They want to get paid for their time. They want this, they want that. It's for me. We want personalized services. We want to have things custom made just to fit me because I'm special. I'm above everybody else. You should pay attention to me. Know my name, know the things I want. And by the way, we create software that do exactly that. We want it simple. We want all the interactions to be easy for us. Hallmark shifted from mass producing paper cards to making retail products to making different electronic cards now that you pay a pittance for, and all kinds of different apps that remind you for different things. Oh, by the way, you pay a monthly fee on top of that as well. A couple of things, keeping customers happy. This is now part of our marketing process. Really, a new customer is 5 times really the cost of trying to retain one. So acquiring it costs an awful lot of money. Once you have that, you want to retain them. And you do it, number one, by building trust. Trust is accumulated over a period of time. It doesn't happen, yo, I like you, I'm going to trust you. No, it doesn't work like that at all. It works in the aspect of here's our transaction. Are you satisfied with it? How can I help you? Can I make this any better? And then you come back a second time, and then it's easier to sell. And then once you have a period of time where you've actually had a series of positive interactions with that other person, then you start developing this relationship that we call trust. It's a big deal. A lot of times it's a two-way street. If you make a mistake, acknowledge that you made a mistake. Listen to the people on the other end. Promise only what you can deliver. We're going to have it there in 24 hours. That doesn't mean in 36 hours. That means 24 hours or less. They'll be happy to take it in the next hour if possible. Promise only what you can deliver. If you start doing that, you're building up that number one, that trust. Show appreciation. Thank you for your order. If you can, put a personalized note in there as well. In your handwriting, as bad as it may be, because some people really appreciate a handwritten note, it's a big deal. And remember, employees are customers too. Pay attention to that. So there's 5 eras of marketing. You need to know what these are for our class, the production era, where you set down any car, any color, as long as it's black. Okay, the selling era, where people started selling things but not servicing them. The marketing era, where you looked at the entire picture of what the customer is looking for, and then the customer relationship era, where you came out with the CRM model. And now the latest one that we're in is the mobile on-demand era. The 5 eras of marketing, know what they are. Historically, it really helps in the aspect of what can you use in the future, but also where we're going in that future past the era that we're in today. Take care.